There are 11 things that will lead to the destruction of your wealth. Money has always been comparable to a romantic relationship. It may be quite satisfying if you are able to avoid being caught. However, if you commit even a single little error, things might go from bad to worse very fast when your spouse finds out about your affair. You'll enjoy the advantages of constantly being in a secure position in your life if you're clever with it, much like money. If you're smart with it, you'll have money. Even seemingly little errors have the potential to wipe out all of the hard work and effort that went into building your money. The following is a list of some of the things that are probably damaging your riches that you are unaware of. Number 11, gambling. When it comes to gambling, the first and most important thing to remember is that the house will almost always win. Please avoid giving in to the temptation to participate in the game since it is nothing more than a con designed to separate you from your money, regardless of how close you think you are to winning. It's possible that you're currently having a run of good luck at the card tables or slot machines at the casino. In the long run, the home always comes out on top. While you're in the casino, you'll be presented with a well-crafted delusion, as the establishment's goal is to keep you there for as long as possible. They will provide you with complimentary drinks, and the atmosphere will deceive you by not having any natural light, so you will not be able to accurately determine the time of day. The amount of money that our addicted brothers and sisters lose at the gambling houses each year ranges from around $55,000 to $90,000. That is plenty to launch a company that will allow you to maintain your current standard of living. Number 10, cars. Phenomenal beasts are a pleasure to see, and owning one or two is even better. Don't rush to buy this asset. However, its baggage will damage your money. Why? Buying a new automobile means higher monthly or annual maintenance costs. Insurance, payments, loan costs, and down payments are included. We haven't even accounted for gas and parking. This adds $450 a month to the $35,000 spent to buy the vehicle new. You may have thought buying a used automobile instead of a new one for $20,000 was wise. You saved some money, but you simply acquired a depreciating asset. In the first year, a new automobile depreciates 15%. Then it drops 15% a year. The identical automobile would be worth $10,000 to $18,000 3 years later. Now that vehicle dealership isn't that appealing, right? Number 9, debt. Don't get me wrong, debt is not always the enemy since it may assist in saving of a failing organization or even produce an excellent income generating stream if it is used in a well-planned and strategic manner. I'm referring to credit card debt as well as debt incurred through college loans. These two are the most well-known people to destroy the American dream. In the United States alone, there is up to $1.6 trillion in student debt. Don't give in to the temptation of attending a college or university that is more prestigious than the one you can pay for. It compels you to incur debt, the repayment of which will take a significant length of time, rather than giving you the option of attending a university in your area that will accept you at a lower cost. You might also investigate other funding opportunities, such as grants and scholarships for students. After spending their whole time in college buying items on credit that they just cannot pay for with cash, the vast majority of students graduate with significant amounts of credit card debt, which they compound with the debt from their student loans. Because of this, many people enter adulthood already encumbered by significant financial obligations. Many people find themselves in a financial bind despite the fact that they get a sizable salary at the end of each month. This is due to the fact that a significant amount of that money is used to pay off the many debts that they have racked up. Number 8, money ignorance. Alan Greenspan claimed financial illiteracy is the largest concern in today's age and economy. Many individuals with well-paying occupations are in debt and stagnant. Money management is boring. They don't aware that financial knowledge is strong, so they wing it with their money. We assume we can copy others and make more money. Your finances are as unique as your fingerprint. No shoe fits everyone. To create a realistic budget, you must balance your spending and income. Account and invest. This information is long-lasting. In contrast, a lack of it will damage your fortune. Number 7, fashion. To attempt to create a favorable first impression, the wearer accessorizes with Gucci bags, Christian Louboutin shoes, and a Rolex watch. Put an end to it, would you? To create a good first impression, you don't need to be wearing the most expensive suit in the room. You just need one that is simple in appearance and is in pristine condition. Make sure you brush your teeth and keep up with your hygiene if you want to exude some charm and uniqueness this season. Everyone at the event will be seeking for a chance to talk to you once word gets out that you're there. Everyone here can testify to the fact that they've done anything clingy, like clothing, simply to keep up with the Jonases. But despite the fact that our money balances are crying out for assistance, everyone thinks that we are wealthy. When compared to purchasing a single bag that serves several purposes, spending $200 on a bag that you will only use once is more expensive. Number 6. Restaurants. You spend $3,000 a year on takeout. That's 5 times what you'd spend cooking at home. How long did you wait for your delivery? Or how long self-pickup takes? Cooking at home saves money every month. This may go into your emergency fund. This saves money and ensures a daily hot supper. Count your calories. You may tailor your dishes without worrying that the restaurant would forget gravy again. Homemade meal is healthier. Don't let your money get stolen while you watch. Number 5. Poorly matched romantic pairing. If you're in the wrong relationship, it might end up costing you a small fortune in terms of your wealth. You probably didn't know this before today, but studies show that the typical male spends close to $120,000 on dates throughout the course of his lifetime. The planning of a wedding typically costs over $34,000, with an extra $6,000 being spent on an engagement ring. Can you even fathom the thought of investing all of that money just to be served with divorce papers? You must agree that is somewhat pricey, don't you? According to the results of a poll that was carried out, the majority of millennials who are getting married are protecting themselves by signing a prenuptial agreement. If that happens, they'll be able to walk away from a situation in someone else's life with something in their possession. I don't know who this message is intended for, but whomever it is should exercise extreme caution before becoming involved in a romantic relationship. Getting involved in the wrong kind of relationship may not only give you personal anguish, but it can also eat away at your financial security. It is imperative that you be aware of these statistics before entering into a marriage in the United States, since the typical success rate for marriages in this country is just 50%. This indicates that if you toss a coin to see which side comes up heads, you will be able to determine whether or not your marriage will be successful. In the event that things don't work out for you, it will cost you an average of $13,000 to seek a divorce. This doesn't even take into account the other fees, like as alimony and child support, that would be placed on your shoulders. Without a shadow of a doubt, we had best invest wisely if we want to avoid making these mistakes that will wipe away our fortune. Number 4. Shopping. Shopping has turned into a famous trend all over the world, where once someone makes some small amount of money, all that runs through their mind is how they'll swing by the mall and shop till they drop. We should be very precise in our shopping, and it would be better if we tagged along with a shopping list to avoid the temptation of overspending. A close look at this will help realize how much money is lost in thrift shops and shopping malls. All these shopping sprees eventually lead to debt, and even more debt if you aren't keen enough. Can you believe that the average credit card debt stands at $57,008? Number 3. No emergency fund. Living without an emergency fund is like going on a hike and deciding not to bring an extra bottle of water with you. Since the guide indicated that you will be back from the trek in 6 hours, the reason being is that only for your only water bottle to break as you were hiking up a cliff, leaving you severely dehydrated. The lesson to be learned here is that because of the unpredictability of life, it is critical to set aside money in case of an emergency. There is no set minimum amount of cash that should be set aside for use in case of an unexpected need. There are many who believe that you need to have saved 3 times your monthly salary, with a fixed sum being specified. In the case of a mishap or catastrophe, however, we are certain that if you do not have an emergency fund, you will be forced into financial ruin. You will be required to pay for your protection out of your own cash or use all of your available credit. Because of this, you might expect to face a number of challenging financial situations in the future. You will be left wondering where your whole paycheck is going, leaving you in a perplexing position. Number 2. Alcohol. Some people believe that drinking a little amount of wine each day has more positive effects than negative ones. However, have you ever taken the time to consider the monetary repercussions that come along with drinking? You should consider yourself fortunate if you just drink a little bit, since those people who drink a lot are in a lot of pain. Just in 2018, individuals have already consumed more than 900 million gallons of wine and 6.3 billion gallons of beer. If you do the math, you'll be astonished at the results. The fact that those who have a lot of money and a good education are the ones who are participating in this joyful event is even more surprising. Because we have all been exposed to similar accounts, you should exercise caution and steer clear of this further money pit. Those people who used to be at the pinnacle of their professions, both in terms of title and salary, are the ones who ultimately wind up losing their positions because of their excessive drinking. Do you agree with me that it is a complete waste of excellent talent to show up to work late or even to present reports that include errors? Number 1. Jewelry. Hip-hop influences our dress code, glitter, and elegance. These celebs seldom go without an iced-out chain or $1 million Rolex, like Lil Wayne. He possesses a $2,000 pinky ring and Rick Ross's $1.5 million chain. Such items might destabilize your riches. Jewelry depreciates. Next time you spend millions on jewelry, think carefully. Even if you buy top-quality jewelry, reselling it after a day won't make up the difference. Jewelry is a useless status symbol. The gold chain around your neck doesn't determine your riches. I hope you liked and learned something from today's video. If you want to keep improving and being inspired, subscribe and press the bell button to be alerted whenever we upload a video. This has been Market Profits Institute.